always need to be meditating. A lot of people, we practice yoga. It's so easy, isn't it, just to move the body, enjoy the breathing, enjoy the breath work, enjoy the energy flowing through the body. But the real transformation happens when we clear the mind, when we start to meditate. And it's actually the purpose of yoga is to do yoga is to move the energy through the body so that you can actually calm the body and get the body in a good, calm and comfortable state to be able to then meditate and clear the mind, maneuver the mind, progress the mind, so that you have the ability to not control the mind, but be able to work with it and navigate with it and not let it control yourself. So if you do yoga and you do work out and you do go to the gym, that's all great, but are you actually changing? Are you progressing? Are you seeing your relationships get better? Are you seeing your finances get better? Are you seeing yourself be able to receive more love? Are you seeing yourself know the right decision and trust yourself and feel more in a connection and feel more stable and be able to hold more things in your life, be able to have a deeper relationship with a soulmate, be able to have a side hustle or start a business or progress in your career? Are you seeing those things happen? If not, we need to look at the things we're doing every day and tweak it a little bit so that the patterns, the mind, the things that are in your subconscious mind can be cleared out and dumped out, and you can up level the mind, the intelligence of the mind, the patterns that you're running, so that your life will be different. So please have a little tune into yourself and just have a think, like, am I doing a steady meditation every day? And it doesn't have to be a super duper long one. We'll start off with the addiction meditation. We're going to start off with that. So let's rub our hands together. The addiction meditation is one of the best meditations for us to obviously stop our addictions, whether that is getting angry, whether that is putting makeup on for hours, self-sabotaging, just going to the wrong relationships. It doesn't have to be an addiction of like actually smoking or drinking. It's, all of us have emotional addictions, usually from our parents, and they're just continuing and we don't know that we're even doing it. And so you can do this meditation for just even 3 minutes a day, and your neurons change, the energy around your aura, it changes, and your patterns of behavior change. So let's rub our hands together and we'll start off with this meditation. You can just add this into your daily practice if you want to, just for 3 minutes a day, the addiction meditation. And if you want to dog ear this page in Sanctuary TV, this class, to go over the addiction meditation a few times, you can do that as well. I'm going to write in the title of it, addiction meditation plus what we do as well, so that you can clearly see that this is at the start. So let's tune in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Vibrate the mantra. Whenever we use a mantra, you're not just saying it, you're changing your frequency. So you're vibrating the mantra. Feel the brain vibrate, the glands inside of the brain. Inhale to tune in. Om. Short sniff through the mouth. Good. Good. Deep inhale. Pull the locks powerfully. Pull your belly button, your pelvic floor in and up, chin in, look up. Exhale the hands down, the breath down, stay still, inhale. Exhale. Let's come on our hands and our knees, get the spine fully opened up. Just to start with, big toes together, remember, hands are straight underneath the shoulders, arms are straight, stick the butt out, inhale deep through the nose. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, close the eyes. Start to turn the eyes in and up to the third eye. As the chin comes to the chest, you can squeeze your buttocks muscles to allow the chin to come closer to the chest. Sink the eyes into the third eye. Close the eyes so you can go deeper. Just stare through the third eye. That's your intuitive center. You want to crack it open by staring at that point. And as you practice months and months, you'll just find that your eyes will naturally just sit into that third eye point. They'll go there, they'll go deeper. Your intuition will awaken more. Speed up if you want. Let's look up to the sky. Inhale. Squeeze in and up. Exhale, chin to chest. Breathe in and up. Inhale. And now come down into child's pose. Hands pressed together, forehead to the floor. And just breathe deeply, surrender down, and just you're letting the fresh blood, which is fully oxygenated now, go into your brain. You're feeding your brain. You'll notice after class, you'll feel energized, but you'll feel calm, you'll feel expanded, you'll feel clear in the mind. That's because we do the cat-cow, and then you go down to the pose, and the blood gets to the brain. Take a few more deep breaths. We're going to come into now the addiction meditation, okay? So cross your legs. This is great for all of us. Everyone has addictions. If you're thinking, oh, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. The addictions are, staring at ourselves in the mirror and looking and pulling apart any kind of little spot on our face and, feeling bad about ourselves or getting angry, getting reactive into anger in your relationship, or going to victim mode, or, self-sabotaging consistently. It's all these addictive energetic tendencies that we don't see them. They're on our face like this, and we're just living, or we're living, and like you can see your friend, you're like, you see your friend, but she can't see it. It's like that because it's all over our face. We can't see ourselves. So an example of the addiction meditation working was a woman was doing it, and she was saying to the class, I have so much time on my hand. I've said this before, so people would have heard this before, but no, you haven't heard this, I don't think. She's like, I had so much time, like, I don't know what's changed. And she was doing the meditation for, I think, a few months. And then we found out that she'd been looking in the mirror, she'd been straightening her hair, she'd been putting makeup on, she'd been doing this lotion, she'd been doing that. She looked in the mirror multiple times a day. It took like 2 hours of her day. But she didn't know that. That's just her. She's just doing that. She did the addiction meditation. Then she's talking about how much time she has on her hands. And then she realized, whoa, I was doing that. Now I can see that I was living that way, that I don't need to live that way. And now I have this much time on my hands to create whatever I want to create. So that changed her neurons so that she stopped that behavior. And she wasn't trying to white knuckle change and try and, write, I love you on the wall, I love you, or say a mantra or an affirmation and say it and try to lose weight or try to relieve the stress. A lot of people are like trying and white knuckling, but it doesn't happen like that. It happens where you raise your energy, you change your neurons, you do a meditation like this, and things fall out of your aura, your energy uplifts, you expand, patterns fall away, the brain alters, and you do different actions. That's how change happens. It's not the white knuckled approach of, how you see people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm eating a salad, and I'm going to go on the treadmill now, and they're not happy. They're not, they're not glowing. Don't have love in their heart. They're not laughing. They're not celebrating life, and they're trying. You see, so we can never change through the mind. We just have to raise the energy up, which opens the chakras, it opens the heart, it clears the grief out, the energy goes to the brain, it changes the neurons, and we become a different person. And then the next step is we can choose who we become. We have that much energy, we have that much maneuverability in the system, because every day we're generating energy from the universe, we're pulling it through all the nadis, all the energy channels, we're charging ourselves up, we're healing ourselves, and then we have so much energy, we have so much maneuverability that we're like, oh, like, who do we want to be? We have the awareness that we are creating everything, so we can take responsibility for that. If we're scurrying through life feeling like, we're just not there yet, life is a struggle, there's not enough time, there's not enough love, where is the guy? This is like, we know we are creating that. We start to have the awareness. So then we can choose different ways of being through this practice. That's what happens to us. And the patterns that are on your face, they start to maneuver. You start to see them. You're like, whoa, I was doing that, years ago. I was putting heaps of makeup on, I was stick thin, I was putting fake tan on, I was straightening my hair. This is like years, but I didn't even know I was just doing that, and now I don't do that because it's just cleared out of my life, and I'm just functioning from a different operating system because I'm consistently upgrading my neurons, I'm upgrading my system, I'm going higher, I'm living from a higher trajectory. And the trajectory that I was on before just seems like a joke, like it's not even in my sphere of thoughts anymore. So this is what happens to us on this path of doing a consistent practice, and it is the way that we need to go. Like, we can't go on this, book, go on this, workshop, or go and, have this, like, it's great to obviously go to retreats. We need a community, we need to gather together and practice, but ultimately you need the discipline to have a daily solid practice. That's where the true transformation happens. And a lot of people we just want an easy ticket out. We just want to say, oh, I'm just going to journal. I'm just going to like go get a pedicure. I'm just going to read a self-help book. I'm just going to, you know, have a like bath or whatever the thing is. And that's no, like we have to have, whether it is this teaching or another teaching, you find the teaching and you just go deep. You just repeat it every day. We say all you need is a kriya, so a set of exercises, a meditation, a mantra, and a breath. That's all you need. You could just do the same thing your whole life. If you was dedicated to it, you've had a teacher to inspire you, to keep you on the path, you had a community to hold you, and you just did the same yoga set, the same meditation, the same mantra, the same breath, you would transform so much. You would just become who you're meant to be. So that is what it is. It's the discipline to just keep up so that you will be kept up, especially in these times of absolute chaotic, deep, dark negativity, what we're going through. So let's do this addiction meditation. Bring your thumbs to the side of your head. Bring your fingers into the pads. The elbows aren't right back. They're just halfway forward. You're going to chant sa, ta, na, ma. And you're going to allow the mantra to move on a side angle through the brain and out of the third eye. It's just going to be going on a side angle and out of the third eye, just like that, reprogramming your neurons. I'll chant it out loud so you know the mantra. And as you chant, you squeeze the molars. So the molars just move the little muscle here. So let's start. We'll just do it for 3 minutes, not long. Sa, ta, na, ma. You're just saying it in your brain. Ta, na, ma. Squeeze your molars on sa, ta, na, ma. See the mantra come through the brain, out of third eye. Ta, na, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale deeply. Exhale, the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Let's now bow down to each knee and up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Breathing through the nose. Opening the side of your body. Now the side of your body may feel a little kinky, a little tight. That's where anxiety, the thoughts of anxiety get stuck in the side meridian. So if you're doing yoga a lot, if you're doing a lot of gym workout, a lot of movement, but your side of your body's still tight, just know, oh, my mind is causing that. So I need to look into my mind. What thoughts, what pattern, what belief do I have that I'm running that's causing the side of my body to be tight? Last few breaths. And then come up, inhale. And exhale. So when you want to meditate but you don't have time to do a complete yoga set, just try a handful of these exercises and you can then do the addiction meditation or any meditation. I'm going to carry you through a handful of good exercises that are fundamental ones. If you just want to do a few, if you don't have enough time to do a full hour class or a 90-minute class, you can just do a few of these exercises and a meditation and then go out the door. So I'll take you through them. And the first one is frogs. We're going to stimulate the first and second chakra. So come on your feet and just bend your knees. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Get the fingertips active on the floor. And you're going to inhale and straighten the legs. Exhale, look up. The eyes are open the whole time. Really good. Inhale through the nose, bend the legs, straighten the legs rather, really stretch them. And exhale, eyes look up a little bit. They don't look straight, they look up a little bit because the energy is moving through the eyes. So inhale, exhale. Keep the eyes open the whole time and keep going. Make sure your socks are off because the energy gets stuck on the feet. So make sure your socks are always off when doing any type of yoga. And just make sure the heels are touching the whole time. That'll protect your knees. Yeah. So let's go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go as fast or as slow as you need to go. There's no race, but it is obviously better to do it fast if you can. Challenge your body. Count 26. On your last one, bend over the legs, stretch the back of the legs, Now come and stretch your legs out and just fold forward over the legs. Breathe nice and deep and slow over your legs as far forward as you can. Big deep breath through the nose. Letting your heart slow down a little bit. Taking another deep breath. And now let's open the legs up as wide as you can. And we're just going to touch each toe down and up. And I remember this is one that I didn't like years ago. I was like, oh my God, I can't even touch my toes. And I didn't like it. And I've just obviously done it quite a few times. Now I can touch the toe. So whatever exercise you're just like, oh my God, I really like that one. Just that's obviously a sign that your body needs it because you're not as flexible, you're not as strong in that area. Really good. Great, Mel. Inhale, exhale, breathe through the nose, deep. The main thing is your breath. It's not even the pose, it's your breath. So always you will grow a lot if you focus on your breath. Like, am I breathing as deep as I can? Am I challenging my lungs? Am I going a little bit deeper today? Am I pushing myself a little bit today than I did a few days ago? You're always looking to take it the next step up, not in a way of you're thinking, oh, I don't, I'm not good at this, not in that way. You're just showing up and you're just pushing yourself a little bit more. You're breathing a little deeper. You're stretching a little deeper, and then you just feel so good. You feel the growth. Less than a minute now, not long. Okay, let's come up, inhale up, exhale, let's straighten the legs. Now we're going to move down and up. So grab your big toes, use your peace fingers to hook the big toes, squeeze them, feet are together, feet are flexed, move down and up, exhale down, inhale up. Breathe through the nose. Pump that breath. The breath is even more important in this pose. And the actual pose, you want to get that breath right in the back of the lungs. Last few breaths. Now coming up, inhale up. Exhale, take one more breath, just stay still. So it's good just to take a couple of breaths between each pose. And also remember the question coming up of yawning in the class or yawning in the meditation. That's a really good question. It's really positive to yawn. Your brain may think, oh, I'm yawning, I'm bored, or oh, I'm tired, or that's a bad thing. No, it's actually deep fatigue, deep tiredness coming out of your nerve. It's releasing from your body. So I feel like yawning right now, actually, that we're talking about it. I yawn as well in meditation sometimes, in yoga sometimes. It's just the deep stress and exhaustion. Everyone has deep fatigue. That's, when you feel tired and you have a coffee or you push yourself forward, how is that? How have you rejuvenated? So it's the deep fatigue is pushed down into the body and you've relied on your adrenaline. And so when we're finally kind of stopping and we're doing these practices, it's both working on our fitness and our strength, but it's also deeply releasing fatigue and healing us. So whenever you are yawning, just say, I love the yawning, bless the yawning. Don't think it's, oh no, I'm weak now, or why am I tired? Or it's such a good thing to know that. Oh, wow, that's so good to hear, honey. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Are you getting any headaches or any kind of, oh, that's lucky. Good on you. That is so good. I just actually had like a chaga. I bought this mushroom powder, which is great for health, chaga. And it's not like a coffee, but it's like brown and it's strong. You can kind of put that with some good honey, and that's a good substitute to help you, because whenever we're getting off, whether it's cigarettes or coffee, or we're always going to replace it with something. Yeah, totally. There's also, you've got to replace, I mean, you don't have to, but yourself will be looking to replace it with, cacao is good, but it also it also stimulates you, but that could be a nice, good step. Oh, amazing. Turmeric lattes are amazing. I have one of those today. Oh, great. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Chaga, so the mushroom powder is great. Turmeric lattes. Even that, you just get it at the supermarket. It's just that brown powdered root. It's a teas. It's a powder and you put it in, it's like brown. I'll have to think about it, message it to you. Yeah, chaga, C-H-A-G-A, chaga. Yeah. So let's keep going. That is so exciting to hear that. So you're going to generate so much energy in this practice. In this practice, we always generate energy. That's what we're doing. We're also calming ourselves. We're not overstimulating ourselves, but you'll feel a lot of good energy in this because we are charging every part of ourselves with prana. So it's a great thing if you are getting off coffee or whatever, that you're charging yourself of energy so that you have the natural energy, but you're also, the nervous system gets burnt out through drugs, through coffee, and that's the tiredness, the frayed, the burnout feeling, so this is healing your yawning, because all that deep fatigue's coming out, because you're finally coming into homeostasis where we're working ourselves out, but we're never burning ourselves out. What's happening is, like, my skin's been better than ever before. So we're generating a different type of energy. It's youthful energy. It's a deep reservoir of youth. We're building a different type of energy in these practices, you see. And we're also unlocking our radiant body. So you start to glow, your skin starts to glow because you start to activate, look up chaga. I'll think of the other brown drink, which is similar to coffee. That's healthy for us. But aside from that, just think you're building natural energy and you're healing your nerves. So you'll start to, and I'm not advising anyone to drink coffee or to not drink coffee or to, have a glass of wine a week or not to have a glass of wine a week. You do whatever you want to do. We don't care what you do. We don't care about your past. We don't care who you are. We just want you to practice and get better and better. And there's no judgment on however you're living. And we just say you've got to practice, obviously every day. So Mel's saying, I did your practice on Monday morning and instead of a coffee, I had a nap. Oh my gosh. I was so tired. This is so good because you're coming into homeostasis. See, you're just following what your nervous system needs. And that's what 8:30 a.m. in the morning after going to the gym, that's so good because you're following what the system needs, and it's just following. We always say all you ever need is, what do you need? Do you need a nap? Do you need a healthy sandwich? Or do you need to practice yoga? It's usually one of the three. When you're in a funk or when you feel like you're pushing forward and there's not enough time and you're just like you're losing the feminine flow, do you need to have a nap or a bath? It doesn't have to be just exactly. Or do you need to eat some healthy food? Or do you need to do some yoga? It's usually one of the three. See how life isn't that complicated, but we're trained to just push forward and we can be strong. So it's so good to have these little conversations. Thanks so much for sharing that, honey. Yeah, and just keep letting the deep. I'm even feeling like yawning. It's so positive to yawn. Okay, let's get through. And what I'm showing you now is meditation facilitators. So you can tag this class and you can just, if you don't have much time, just do a few exercises from this and a meditation if you want to do a meditation. So I'm showing you some fundamental poses that are great to do every day. Crow squats is going to stimulate this and circulate your energy in the first and second chakras. So all we do is sit in the crow squat. We just have our feet a little bit bent to the side. You're squatting. This is so healthy for us, opening the hips, opening, if you're going to have a baby, this is a great pose, or for anyone. And then just going to inhale up, exhale right down. If your knees are okay, inhale up, exhale. Go as fast or as slow as you want. No pressure. You just do you. Count 26, inhaling and exhaling. If you have any knee issues, go as low as you can. Everyone else, squat right down to the floor. When you've done 26, land your back. Nice and easy one. You're just going to raise your hips off the floor. So bend your knees, grab your ankles. Inhale the pelvis up as high as you can go. Make sure the knees aren't splayed right out to the side. Bring them hip level. Exhale down. Inhale, deep breath. Feel that energy through the breath, that fresh, youthful prana, get in the lungs as you go up. So you're tilting the body and you're breathing. So you're going to get that fresh energy in there. You're going to feel rebooted, regenerated, but calm in your flow, connected to your intuition, balanced. Stare into the third eye. Breathe deeply through the nose. Challenge yourself. Squeeze the butt as you come up. Push the floor. And it's up to you. You can go very slow. You can go faster. Just see how your body wants to move. Keep the knees hip width apart. Just do a few more now. And then just relax on your back. Legs are straight. Take a few breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. And we just say, as you're doing, Mel, you're so good. Just jump into the practice. Just jump in, take action. When we just jump in like a beginner and you just do the classes, you get so much, you get energy, you get transformation, you get confidence, you get more intimacy, you clear your heart out. So the secret is just to just take action, jump into the membership, press play on each class, post in the Facebook group, put in your calendar the time you're going to practice in the morning. It's that simple, and your mind, your subconscious will try and sabotage you. No, maybe this, doesn't work, or maybe I need to sleep in, or I didn't have the money to do that, or it's always trying to stop you. So just jump in. Take one more breath. Squeeze your knees into your chest, open the lower back, and take a little bit of a roll on your back. That's another nice little pose you can do, especially mornings, back rolls. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Breathe always through the nose, unless I tell you otherwise. Oh, that's so good. Can you feel that? It's so nice for the spine. The spine loves it. Alrighty, we're just going to do a few more poses. We're going to come into triangle pose to stimulate your pituitary and relax the spine and your mind. So the correct way to come into, which is this downward dog, it's also called triangle, is to have your hands flat on the floor. Concentrate the pressure on the thumb and index. So press the thumb and index into the mat more. Tuck, feet at hip width. Tuck your toes under, bring your hips to the sky, and press your palms into the mat, focusing on the thumb and index finger more. That's when you want to focus the hands. The pressure, the main pressure of your hands is on the thumb and index. The hands are really wide and flat, so you don't have any pressure on the wrist. The feet aren't right out to the side, they're hip width, which is 2 fist widths apart. And your head is relaxed. Make sure the neck's relaxed. And you're ripping your mat apart, which means you're pushing your hands forward and you're pushing your feet back. Now you're going to start to breathe deeply through your nose. Yeah. And stay there. Concentrate on the hands are flat. I don't want to see any curved hands or small hands, they're wide. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Back, shoulders back away from the ears. You're pressing your hands forward, the feet pressing back, so like you're tearing the mat apart. And breathe nice and deep. Relax your head down, Feet are hip width apart. So they're 2 fist widths apart. They're not further apart than that. 2 fist widths, probably about 9 centimeters apart. Let's just take a few more breaths here. And feel the mind. How good does your mind feel here? It's calming down, it's grounding, it's settling. You have to keep breathing deeply through that nose. And you may be able to stretch further now by pressing the hands further forward, pressing the heels deeper into the mat. Maybe your heels are flat on the mat. Maybe you can breathe a little deeper. Let's do one more deep breath here. Now slowly come into child's pose, but it's actually Guru Pranam. It just means your hands come together in a prayer pose straight out in front of you, forehead to the floor. You're breathing nice and slow and deep. Press those palms together. That's going to connect the left and right hemisphere of your brain together, so that if you've been feeling, rest your head down, palms are together. If you've been feeling, which most of us have, fatigued, confused, overwhelmed, we're scrolling, we've got 50 emails we haven't seen, we're tired in our mind, like 90-something% of people. This is a great one, the mountain pose, which we just did, the downward dog, and then Guru Pranam. Hands are in front of you, just flat on the floor, just like that. Because your left and right hand, it represents the left and right brain. So you're connecting the brain. You'll feel clear, you'll feel energized, you'll feel confident. You can look at the emails. A lot of us feel like a lot of self-doubt when we just can't figure the problem out, when we don't know what is the decision, we don't know what to do. We second guess ourselves because a lot of us are just exhausted in the mind. We're just, we're not refreshed in the mind. So we don't have that generating clarity, the power of a clear mind. So take one more deep breath here. And out. And we're going to come into wheel pose. Or you can just do the alternate to wheel. If you don't have wheel in your practice, you can just do bridge. So let me show you bridge. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, grasp the ankles, and raise the hips to the sky. Then move the shoulders in, keep grasping ankles and squeeze the butt, push the hips up. And just breathe deeply through the nose. That's the first position. That's the easier one. If you know wheel, make sure your knees are hip width apart. They're going to try and go right out to the side. Keep them hip width. Everyone else has done wheel before and you can do it. Bring your hands next to the ears. Feet are flat on the floor. Knees are hip width. And then press up into the wheel. Inhale. Exhale slowly through the nose. Breathe into the heart. Deepen the breath. Last few breaths. Take your last breath. Slowly make your way to the floor and then squeeze your knees into the chest, deep breathing. Feel that beautiful release of energy through the body. Relax. So see how you went into a stimulated pose where you pushed yourself, you squeezed your muscles, and then you come and you relax. So you're training your nervous system to be under the pressure of life. You know, you receive the message from your employer or the guy you're dating or whatever. It's a pressure. You receive some pressure, and then you're training your nervous system to be into the pressure. And then I'm going to relax. So what happens is in life, you're navigating through, you know, you get a parking ticket, you get an email that's someone's rude to you, but your nervous system is trained to be under the pressure and then to relax instead of being in stress mode all the time. Take one more breath here. And then come and roll on your spine a few times. And we're going to come and cross our legs. And we're going to finish off with a beautiful heart meditation. Bring your hands on your heart. This is healing for the heart. Guru Ram Das, hands over the heart. A lot of us have grief, or everyone has grief to certain degrees stuck in our heart. A lot of us at the moment have gone through so much monumental shifts in our life, whether it's moving country, whether it's you can't visit your grandma, whether you lost your job, and that brings grief because we're grieving the way life was. And it gets stuck in the heart. So we need to be doing things like breath work, meditation to clean it out so that you can remain that youthful, young, fresh, open person your whole life. The words are Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. So feel free to chant with me for a few minutes. Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. And receive the healing. Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. Receive the love. Guru Guru Wahe Guru. Receive the frequency. Guru Ram Das Guru. Guru Guru. Squeeze the heart, squeeze the locks, pull the energy up to the heart. Rub your hands together, the pot. Bring away your babes, inhale. Just bless ourselves with a long time sun. Press your palms together. With a long time sun, shine upon you, and all love surround you, and all your light within you. Guide your way on. One more time. Let's bless Australia and our family. With a long time sun, shine upon you, and all love surround you, and all your light within you. Guide your way on. Take a deep breath in. Nam. Inhale. And bow your head. Satnam. Amazing work, honey. Well done. Our next class is tomorrow. It's at 5 a.m. If you want to come at 5 a.m., get your alarm set. You don't have to come at 5. If you want to come in at 6, if you want to come in at 6:30, you'll be able to be let in. So don't worry if it goes to 7:30 in the morning. And this is our fundamental practice that we're shown in our teacher training. It's how we're shown. It's called the Aquarian Sadhana, and it goes from 5 to 7:30. That's how we're trained to practice. And now I know you don't have 2.5 hours every day. So, you know, it's a great experience if you do want to experience it, or you can just come for the last hour and a half, whatever you want to do. And Sanctuary TV sale is ending the end of the month. So I think that's in a week or two, whenever that is. So if you haven't got your membership and you do want to continue on, just make sure you do before that if you want to get the 50% off. And jeez, you are amazing, honey. So Mel's saying she goes to the gym at 5:30 a.m. That is amazing. You are so strong and just on fire to do that. So good on you, honey. If you ever don't feel like going and you just want to like sit in your PJs and practice, get into that practice. But that is huge that you're doing that. Good on you. That is amazing. That's big. That practice isn't recorded, just to let you know. Everything else is recorded except that one, because the 2.5 hour one. And the Aquarian Sadhana mantras, the mantra sheet that we chant, that we're told to chant every day, is in our Facebook group at the top. So if you want to print it out or just save it and download those mantras, they're like the 5 essential mantras that we're told by the master that we need to be chanting in this time on the planet. He predicted that it would be very unstable, that it would be chaotic. He predicted all this. He's passed away now, but he told us exactly right at this time, you have to have a steady practice. You have to chant these mantras to stay in a high frequency, to not be in the lower frequency. So you can get those. There isn't any class in the afternoon on Wednesday. The next class after that is Thursday evening at 6 to 7 with myself. Actually, tomorrow, there's actually a pop-up class that I'm doing. It's at 11:30 for 2 hours. So I'm doing that with a private client who's coming to the sanctuary for a private retreat. So I'm going to record that. So if anyone's around, it's at 11:30 for 2 hours. It'll be on the replay. So don't worry, it'll be on the replay. So that's going to happen tomorrow. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye, everyone. I can see you typing. Yay. Satnam, honey. Amazing work. Have a beautiful evening. Enjoy the energy.